Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Totalbiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is this adorable little robot? Look at his little face. Oh, look at his... Oh, it's his ears. Oh, it's his ears. What is Snapshot? Snapshot is a game by a company called Retro Effect, and it is affect, not effect, by the way, so I'm not screwing up my pronunciation deliberately there. It is a puzzle platformer of sorts, and it has this rather nice hand-drawn graphic style. Very, very crisp, high-definition graphic style, which is quite nice to look at. Animation quality is also nothing to sniff at either. What is it all about? Well, it is about traversing the levels in the fastest time possible, as you might imagine. And there are a lot of levels. There are, in fact, more than 100 of them, and they're all available via this lobby system right here. And the gimmick... and we'll be going on to whether or not this is a gimmick or a legitimate game mechanic a little bit later on, is that you have a magical camera. This camera can be used to snapshot up to 3 areas of the level at a time, and if there are movable objects in that snapshot that you've taken, that object will disappear and then reappear where you summon it. So the most basic functionality of that essentially involves taking a picture of a crate and then moving the crate to the place that you need it, then dumping it down. This is so far the only use of the mechanic that I've seen. So we left click there, and then we right click to summon it back into the world. So nice and easy, as you can very clearly see right there. Now, this is all, of course, covered in horrible, horrible spikes. So what you might want to think about is, well, how do I deal with that? Well, there's another crate here, so not too much problem. That, I believe, is a collectible. Anything that you kind of highlight and glows a little bit is a collectible, which you can collect and will appear in your lobby. You can then switch through up to 3 photos at a time, so you can possess, I suppose, more than one object. Can we make this jump? You can kind of grab onto the side there, which is quite nice. Once again, the controls are quite tight, which is pretty good. I'm playing it with a keyboard. Keys are fully rebindable. You can also use USB controller, though. I would recommend, if you happen to have a 360 pad plugged in, go to the options menu, which, for some inexplicable reason, you can't control with the mouse, kind of annoying. Go to controls and turn USB controller off. Unless, of course, you like Rumble from Hell. Oh, you fell onto a spike. Destroy the desk! That's pretty much what the 360 controller has a tendency of doing, so do be careful. Alright, we'll continue moving our way through the spikes. Spikes is an instant death, so you do want to watch out for that. And in this case, it's very much kind of don't step on the lava mechanic of pick this up, hop around, leapfrog your way through, and it's not what I would class as particularly difficult, at least at this stage. My concern, even though this is a great-looking game, and I don't think you can really argue that. I mean, it's gorgeous, it's got a really, really nice soundtrack, it's got a pretty cool physics engine, good animation quality, and this adorable, adorable little character. The concern I've got is the snapshot mechanic actually going to be used for anything other than... God damn it, Frank. Anyway, is the snapshot mechanic going to be used for anything other than simply getting a crate and then dumping the crate down to avoid the spikes? Will it be any more complex than that? Because if the answer is no, then this could get rather tiring. And it's at this point that we have to ask and address a rather interesting point, I feel. What is the difference between a gimmick and a game mechanic? Well, from a very technical standpoint, there really isn't one. You can have a gimmicky game mechanic, they're not mutually exclusive. But if we were to talk about an overall critique, then would... Ooh, that was close. Then would you say that this whole snapshot thing they've got going on here, is this a game mechanic that could lead to some very interesting puzzle possibilities later on in the game, or is it merely being used as a gimmick? In this case, you could just say that taking a photo of something is essentially the same as just grabbing it. And if you think about previous... No! Please, not the head. Anything but the head. Thank you, thank you. If you think about previous puzzle platformers that have played, like Doc Clock and the Toasted Sandwich of Time, I mean, you've got a robotic arm where you just grab stuff. How is that any different to just picking an object up, other than the obvious fact that you can do so through walls, as long as you can actually see the thing on the screen? That's a good question. And that actually greatly concerns me. We've now gone through the second set of levels. Moving on to the next set here, you'll see they're all unlocked. There is a ton of content here, but I have yet to see anything beyond the whole pick up a box and move it. What I'm hoping for later on in the game is that you actually move parts of the level around, which would be very, very interesting indeed. When I originally saw this game, I thought, oh wow, you can actually remove parts of the level and put them elsewhere. That's a really awesome idea. And yeah, it is a really awesome idea if it's properly executed. If it is not, then it simply becomes a case of, well, just grab this. Well, in this case, you'll notice that this is obviously a no-photo zone, but that's very easily solved by just pushing it out of the way. There we go, grab that. Send it over in this direction. I just want to stop talking for a minute so you can listen to the wonderful soundtrack in the background. Soundtrack for this game is brilliant. It's got a wonderful, kind of wishful aspect to it, I suppose. It's very positive, it's very... You see, I'm having trouble coming up with synonyms for positive, good, and nice. I can't imagine why. You are on youtube.com/cynicalbread, after all. I guess that is why. But one way or the other, it's a very nice soundtrack to listen to. It's got a genuinely hopeful feel to it. Alright, well, they are at least throwing in some different twists into the game so far, but still, over 9+ levels that I've currently played out of the more than 100 that this has, it's still little more than get the box, move the box. This is what I need to see from this game. It's got a really nice idea behind it. The camera has the potential to be something very special indeed, and come up with some really awesome puzzles. Not that I would usually enjoy that kind of thing, but then again, that's my problem and not the problem of the developer. But I'm not seeing it used cleverly yet. I want one level where that happens. I do. I mean, I'm currently actually enjoying my experience quite a lot. It's not all that frustrating. It's a nice, relaxed, and not particularly challenging game, at least at the moment anyway. I suppose the challenge comes within speedrunning, which is not something that I personally really care about, but I know others certainly do. Well, there's a shove in this direction. Oh, okay, we can't move that. Interesting. There was a way to lift that up. Oh, yes, yes. I have a feeling that we just move that over there. That's going to inexplicably lift that, Lord knows why. And then, of course, we can grab that. Could drop it down here. It's still only moving blocks, but I'm not going to claim that it's not entertaining, because it is. It's still fun to play, even if it is just move the blocks. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Onto there. Stack the blocks up a little bit higher. Will that let me reach the top? No, it will not. Alright, now things get a little bit interesting. Maybe I can actually bring the third one along. Yeah, I can. Come to think of it, it shouldn't be a problem to grab that at all. Yoink. I'm not also entirely sure why it's a robot with a camera. Is there any explanation whatsoever as to this? I'm not usually someone to go after the story, but I would like to know why the character is there. I think that if you just choose it because it's cute rather than a deliberate aesthetic choice, maybe it is a character with a story behind it, then I have to sometimes question, well, why? Why the robot? Is it just something that you thought you could draw quite nicely? What ties the world together? Is there any character development of any sort? Even in a puzzle game, you would expect that. Now, I can give you some examples of stuff that's going to happen later on, because they were indeed given with the description of the game. So you can pick stuff up with it, but you can also rotate things around. You can rotate the photos before they're pasted. You can take a picture of an incoming fireball, rotate it, and paste it so that it goes flying into a wall or heavy boxes to knock them out of the way. Which is great. That sounds good. It's just, it's a shame that we aren't quite getting to that stage as of yet. I wonder if I can go to one of these more advanced levels, because I did unlock a few. Let's push forward a little bit further, shall we? Let's go into level 7. It's really cool that they let you do that as well. Obviously, you want to go through them all to collect all the stuff, but I want to skip ahead and just see a cooler mechanic. Let's see if they do anything fancy here. Now, of course, those photos are completely worthless, but let's find out what's going on. Nice use of lighting effects here as well. Very nice use of lighting effects. I mean, the entire game actually does look pretty damn gorgeous. Something to consider. I'm gonna pop them down there. Maybe later levels with limited moves or something would work. It was pointing down in this direction. I just want to see if there's anything there. Let's paste them back in. Is there still going to be another crate moving? I think so. So it's like the majority of the game is based on that. I imagine if I were to paste the crate through there, that'll put it down there. Okay, that's good. I guess this is not quite long enough. But I will have a look nonetheless. Nope, never mind. You can get up there quite easily. Once again, you know, this is level 7. That wasn't really all that difficult. Oh, it looks like there might be something hidden and secret in the corner there that I missed out on, so that was a little bit sneaky. You think, oh, that's the end of the level, right? Well, oh, hang on, there's something over there. But never mind. We'll continue. On to the next level. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look particularly pleasant. Finally, we've found something that... Is that a secret? No. No, it is not. So I guess using that, I can paste in this platform, which is looking rather sad. I don't know to say whether or not that's cute or whether or not it's some sickening, evil, twisted creature from the hell dimensions. Difficult to tell sometimes. Should never judge a hell dimension by its cover. Now I can't take a picture of it. Huh. Weird. Very odd indeed. I'm intrigued to know what I've managed to do to break this level. Doesn't seem to explain it all that much. I guess it's because it's now dipped into the no photo zone. I guess that's probably why. So let's not do that in future, shall we? No, indeed not. Any attempt to place it here is going to drop it into the no photo zone, so we won't get too far away there. Also notice there's an option for cutscenes. I didn't actually see all that. In fact, I've not seen any cutscenes thus far. Huh, that's weird. This area kind of lights up. I wonder why. Doesn't seem to be clear as to why. Ow! Well, I should have seen that one coming. That didn't go well for me. No, no, no. It's weird. I wonder if that's a bug or if there's actually some reason for that lighting up, because it only seems to be lighting up at certain times. How bizarre, how bizarre. This might be the rotating thing that it was mentioning. Though taking a picture of that makes no actual difference. Put that up a little bit higher. Which blocks it off and doesn't really do a huge amount. Well, at least there are a few different mechanics being introduced here, so you can't really complain about that. Ah, and then down there. Now suddenly I'm horribly confused. Also, almost makes me think that they maybe introduced this mechanic earlier, but didn't quite, at least at this point, doesn't actually... Ow. I'm sorry, words not failing. Work, yes. Order, things. Try again. It almost makes me think that they introduced this mechanic maybe in an earlier level, but then just don't explain it now because you're already supposed to know it. I've slightly moved it there. Didn't quite do the job, though. Now, you can rotate this around, as you can see. I wonder if I can then jump on it and push it upwards. No, but I'll at least get some... Lets me get the extra star. Oh, oh, can I get up? Yep. Ah, there you go. So, there's how the rotational stuff actually works out. And then, of course, if you so desire, you could skip through the level and not bother getting all of the stars. You don't necessarily need to, it seems. Okay, so that raises that one up there. Now the game is getting significantly cleverer. Hum-de-hum. Intriguing. Intriguing. Okay, well, let's get that pasted on there. So just have them in a regular spot. Yeah, I'm enjoying this game quite a lot, which is unusual, because this is not usually the kind of thing that I would be too into. I very much dislike it most of the time. And now I think I've screwed the entire level up, which... that's a little bit annoying. I still have no idea what's going on with that. Oh, no, I have it. Did I pick it up? It's an... Oh, naturally, of course. How silly of me. It's an elephant. What else could it possibly be? Why was there an elephant there? No explanation for the elephant? No, nothing whatsoever. Alright. Cool. Because why not? Ah, it's a save your ass mechanic. Disguised as an elephant. Naturally. How ridiculous of me to believe otherwise. So, let's jump on top of the Hell Beast. Still not quite enough. Do I have to bring the elephant up here as well? Seriously? I guess I might. But then again, that would actually involve jumping right back down again, and the elephant is currently out of camera shot. Where's the elephant? Maybe I can take a picture while I'm airborne. Aha! Yes, there we go. Yeah, this game's getting better and better the more I play it. I was concerned originally that the puzzle mechanics might just be gimmicky, but I think it's abundantly clear that that is not the case. And that is a wonderful, wonderful thing to see. Alright, I'm going to paste this back in. Perhaps we shall place the elephant on top of the Hell Beast. No, don't take a picture of that. There we go. Is that not cool? Yes, it is. That is seriously cool. This is really well thought out. This game rocks. It's great. This is really fun. And usually I don't enjoy puzzle solving. I think that just the interesting nature of the way that the mechanic actually interacts with the puzzles makes it very enjoyable to play. Because you just have this one mechanic that is being used in all manner of different ways, and you've built the entire game around it. And yet, even though there's a lot of box moving and things like that, it does have room to do very interesting things with its puzzle solving. Also, the aesthetic, the graphic design is just generally fantastic. There's obviously an awful lot of care and attention being put into it. And it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's original, and it's got a great soundtrack. So please, do give it a try. I think you would be, quite frankly, doing yourself a disservice if you didn't. There's an awful lot of appeal here for puzzle platformers. You can find this on Steam for $9.99, £6.99, or €9.99. A little bit unfortunate for the Europeans there. There is also a soundtrack edition for a couple of dollars more. I would certainly recommend the soundtrack. The soundtrack is really great. And I think they've done a really solid job with this game. Go check it out. A lot of content there, over 100 levels, speed challenges, and all sorts of collectibles to discover. And a very charming game indeed. I'll see you next time.